Alright guys, welcome back to CWRL's World War Wall. We have just completed traffic jam qualifying, and now we are on to the first round here. And the first matchup we have is the Intimidators taking on Hello Newman. Should be an interesting matchup from last week, where the Intimidators were able to overcome Hello Newman with a score of 122 to 88. This time we'll see if the rematch can swing the other way. Maybe this track will be more in Hello Newman's advantage. We won't exactly know until we find out, so strap in. Thank you for sticking along with us here at CWRL. My name is the Geek Guru 1986, and I'm glad to have you guys all along for the ride. Now remember, the objective here is for the checkers car for each team to lap as many of the opponent's cars as possible, traffic jammers, or wrecker, or checker car, if they're able to seize up on the opportunity. But at the same time, they also want to lead laps and dominate the heat race because they score points for leading laps and also for finishing first at the end of the heat race, which will give them 25 valuable victory points, which could make the difference between catching up or staying behind when it comes to being up against a very tough opponent. But this time, the Intimidators don't have a point advantage that they could, well, they didn't have a point advantage last time either, but there's no point gap, so we will see how everything turns out as Hello Newman has just swept the front row with the pole and the outside pole, and the Intimidators have the second row with their checker and wrecker car in third and fourth place respectively. That being said, let's get this first round of World War Wall underway. And that was too much. Close enough. See, the wrecker's car has more of a sharp shaped number 6 compared to the checker's car here, which is more old school Mark Martin late term. Now we set the timer here for 10 minutes. As the green flag is underway. Excuse me, but I actually did not have my timer ready. How very unprofessional of me. Thank God this is a complete and total amateur broadcast where things like that aren't really judged so very harshly. But I thank you all for sticking with me once again. Let me set the clock here. Let me get this all set up. There we go. The clock is set at 10 minutes. Each heat race in round 1 lasts 10 minutes. And then in round 2, the heat races last 15 minutes. And then if you make it to the final round, the heat race lasts 20 minutes. So there's a lot of time to score points. And all of these points that are scored transfer into the following rounds. And then whatever point total you have for the day is what you leave with in championship points. However, if you lose in round 1, then not only do you go home with whatever points you had, but an additional 10 points. And then because this is a special event, all points at the end of the event are doubled. So it's a good chance to jump out and either pad onto a lead or close up and quickly close the gap. So far we have Hello Newman's wrecker car at the point with the wrecker car for the Intimidators in second place. 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining on the clock, Interestingly enough, there is a traffic jammer running a solid third right now for the Intimidators. That's not going to do them any good, as the checkers car for the Intimidators is running in a distant fourth, watching the leader pull away here. That is the highest running checkers car in this order. Now we're going to see as the field spreads out here and as we get into a more diverse field, whether or not those checker cars are able to lap traffic and get through these traffic jammers and score points, because nobody's scoring as a wrecker car leads the pack. Still Hello Newman leading the way with the Intimidators wrecker car in second, followed by an Intimidators traffic jammer in third. So an impressive showing by this traffic jammer, considering these cars that the traffic jammers drive are highly underpowered. But their AI is set to be as aggressive as the drivers in the checkers and wreckers cars, who have the top-notch, absolute best possible equipment. This is designed so the traffic jammers would fall behind intentionally, giving these cars a chance to lap them and score points, making the competition, interesting. That's the goal here, and you can only do so much with AI, but we strive to do our very best here at CWRL. So the wrecker's car here for the Intimidator is still running in a distant second. Surprisingly, you got the Intimidator's traffic jammer there still holding third as we get down to 7.5 minutes here remaining in this first heat race. So, in the event no team scores or there is a tie, then the team that wins the heat race is the team that advances to the next round. But it will significantly hurt them, as they'll be going into that round without any points. So it'll be easy for the opposing team to get quite the jump or hold an advantage. And then their wrecker car can just play defense the entire way around as they hold on to points if they needed to. All they have to do is just prevent the winning team from this round from just scoring at all. It could be a complete and total shutout. Also, one of the downsides of advancing to the next round with so little, if 0 points, would be if you lose in the first round, you get 10 points that wind up being doubled at the end of the event still, in addition to whatever points you score. In the second round, you just take home whatever points you score. So if you have a bad showing multiple times, if you're consistently bad, you're going to get punished for it hard by going home with less points than even a qualifying team that didn't qualify and get. Meanwhile, we're down to 6 minutes here as Hello Newman still continues to establish the pace. You can see here, these are some steep banks for such a short track. And even on the straightaway, you can tell that these banks are pretty steep. But in the meantime, we are coming up onto lap traffic. As you can see, Hello Newman's wrecker car about to put this traffic jammer a lap down. But that's not going to mean anything unless the checkers car for Hello Newman can put that car a lap down. Then it'll be worth 3 valuable points. So you see here the Intimidator's car working through these traffic jammers, trying to hold on to 4th spot. Meanwhile, you got the checker car here for Hello Newman having a very poor showing as he's back currently, I have to say, in the 8th position, being outrun not only by his opposing checker and wrecker's car, but even by the traffic jammers. Now, that's just pretty sad here, for Hello Newman. They're going to really want to step it up here as we get down into the final 4 minutes. We're at 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this heat race. So you got two Intimidator traffic jammers. And in the meantime, we've had a switch for the lead here in the past lap as the record car for the Intimidators had made a pass on the inside of Hello Newman, but Hello Newman has just taken that lead right back with authority in a crossover move, which was very impressive as they approach this traffic jammer for the Intimidators. Now, how much will this traffic jammer actually hold them up is beyond me, as it seems that the traffic jammers are actually making very good pace so far. And this is a very low scoring, well, no scoring heat right now, as no car has been put a lap down so far, and we're getting down into the final 3 minutes of this heat. We have 3 minutes 20 seconds remaining. Hello Newman still holding the point over the Intimidators, but it's the Wreckers car where the Checkers cars are running very pathetically. Eighth position we have for Hello Newman. In fifth position for the Checkers car for the Intimidators. There's nothing intimidating about that. That's actually kind of honest, and I'm kind of sad to see that. But we are getting down here. 2 minutes, 45 seconds in this first heat, and it might just come down to finishing order as to who advances into this next round. But they're going to be advancing with nothing, as these Checkers cars have not put down any traffic jammers. In fact, right now they're being spanked by the traffic jammers, as the traffic jammers have just dropped them back into the fifth position here. Meanwhile, with 2 minutes remaining, Hello Newman's record car still showing the way. They might be the spoilers here when it comes to the Intimidators not getting any points. So this could be a huge opportunity for all of the remaining teams, as the points leader might just get shut out with absolutely no points, but the pity points that come for losing in round one. They have a pretty sizable lead. They'll probably still remain within the top four. That's my bet, but with this type of showing, they're going home with 20 points at best, because the point total will be doubled. But none of those points will have been scored from track performance, which is kind of sad for our points leaders, the Intimidators here. Hello Newman, though, making the most of their opportunity. This is their second time qualifying consecutively from traffic jam qualifying into the big show. And right now, they are putting on a clinic against the points leaders, the Intimidators, as we are now under a minute, down to the final 45 seconds here of this round. All they have to do is hold off the competition here to advance into the next round, because this is likely going to be settled just by looking at the numbers. And the Checkers car for Hello Newman is not catching up to that one car that is a lap down right now. We're into the final 5 seconds here. So after this lap will be the final lap. We are within 2 to go right now. Hello Newman coming out of turn 4 to take the white flag one more time around. Can Hello Newman advance to the next round by finishing first here with their Wreckers car, as no team has actually scored points on the track in this 10-minute heat, and they will successfully go ahead and advance to the next round, sending the Intimidators home with 20 points. But that might be 20 points more than Hello Newman scores if Hello Newman does not score into the next round. That is insane, and is probably the quickest points tally we have ever had to do here at CWRL. Very, very interesting here. So we're going to put those tallies down. And by virtue of finishing first at the conclusion of the heat race, as no team scored, Hello Newman will advance to the next round here. Now, the second matchup here will be between Chasing the Elliots and Boogity Boogity Racing. So stay with us while we set all of that up. We'll be back in a few moments. This is CWRL's World War Wall.